There are a few things that we need to talk about, especially for this upcoming week. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBot Solutions. I hope that you guys are all having an amazing Monday. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. First, for those that watched me trade live today, I ended up closing out my SOUN short. I opened it and it was the only trade that I opened in today's live trading session. Ended up selling off, going according to plan, added more to it as direction became favorable. Actually reduced my size as the trade went against me, added more to it when the direction became favorable. And although it had a very significant sell off, right, from the overall highs to the overall lows, because I entered early, right, it's nearly a 10% move. I made 6K. I'm very grateful for it. My position is closed, as you guys can see. But nonetheless, again, if I was more precise with my entry, I could have made a lot more money. I could have made closer to $20,000, right? Especially if I went in with 150 to 200K, but that was not the case. Again, the trade went against me. My job is to manage risk. My job is not to avoid it. We're not trying to be like those MSTR bag holders. So again, I'm still very grateful. $6,000 on the day. I made my money and I bounced. Now, when it comes down to what happened today, right? A lot of you guys know, based off of the activity that we saw, at one point, Nvidia hit lows of 116.70. It was down nearly 17% and it lost over $500 billion. $560 billion is what it lost in market cap valuation. For those that don't have an understanding of what exactly happened, is that there's this new application called DeepSeek, and it's a China-based chat GPT, the best way to put it. ChatGPT uses Nvidia chips, right? They use these very advanced, very expensive computing chips. DeepSeek supposedly doesn't. Now, there's a lot of news and a lot of different people and individuals saying that no, they do actually use it. They're just not disclosing it because it's illegal, because it's banned from the US for China to use. Nonetheless, it caused market frenzy because, again, if DeepSeek is able to pretty much create an efficient, just as effective chat GPT that doesn't have to use all those expensive chips, then why are we pouring these billions and billions of dollars into these chips, potential advancements that we're supposed to be making if they're not actually necessary? And that's essentially why we saw such a significant sell-off, because the question is, do we actually need these chips, or is it just an overinvestment? So for those that did not see it, so overall the AI infrastructure stocks continue to get slammed today as investors fear investment in the space will be cooling with the breakthroughs by DeepSeek. So again, is there an alternative to be able to invest in a more efficient manner? There's a display that I shared on my Instagram where it talked about 1 million input, 1 million output for OpenSea versus DeepSeek. And in comparison, it was pennies on the dollar. For like the input of 55 cents on DeepSeek, you could actually do it for $15 on OpenAI. So significantly more expensive. Or for the output, it was like $2.19 for DeepSeek. And then for OpenAI, it costs $60. So again, significantly more expensive, 30 times more expensive, where DeepSeek supposedly started off with just a $5.5 million investment to get to the point to where it is now versus hundreds of millions of dollars from OpenAI. So again, the big reason why we're seeing such a significant reaction to the overall market is because were we overvaluing and overinvesting into this AI advancement that supposedly could only be done with these super advanced chips that Nvidia was presenting. So that's the thing that I wanted to talk about. A lot of people are saying, hey, this is an overreaction. I want to buy into the dip and markets could potentially recover. Now, again, if this is false in the sense that DeepSeek is actually using Nvidia's chips, but they're just saying that they're not, and all these investments and advancements were done intentionally, therefore, Nvidia could potentially recover from this, and there's huge margin for potential recovery, right? Just kind of like how Warren Buffett says, buy when people are fearful, sell when people are greedy. Is this a great time to buy where you can make 22% if Nvidia ends up recovering based off of this overhyped? But there are some things that I quickly want to share with you, and this is the whole point of the video. Some people think that the sell-off is over. Some people think that it's just getting started. This week, we have big companies reporting earnings. We have Starbucks tomorrow. We have Boeing tomorrow. We have General Motors tomorrow. We have Lockheed Martin tomorrow. On Wednesday, we have Tesla, we have Meta, we have Microsoft. $3 trillion companies are going to be reporting earnings on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we have Apple, we have Intel, we have Visa, we have UPS, MasterCard. Again, all of these are set to report earnings Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and of course, oil Friday, ExxonMobil, Chevron, all that good stuff. So the reason I'm sharing this with you is people think that the sell-off is over. But what happens if Meta and Microsoft and Tesla miss earnings? Okay, right? At that point, then markets can sell off further for longer. But if they end up beating expectation, then this should act as a positive catalyst for maybe markets to recover. The other thing that I also want to share, and again, it's just one thing after another. This Wednesday is the FOMC rate decision. It's when the Federal Reserve is expected to decide, hey, are we going to be cutting interest rates, which is what the market wants, or are we going to be pausing or raising interest rates, which is not what the market wants? If they don't cut interest rates, the market will most likely react in a negative way. Remember, when the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates, it makes it less expensive for people like you and I and businesses to borrow money, therefore boosting our economy as we tend to spend more when it's less expensive to borrow money. This is supposed to happen at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. So please make sure that you understand that the same time, the same date on Wednesday that Tesla, Meta, and Microsoft are reporting earnings, we also have that FOMC rate decision. I do plan to live stream it here on my YouTube channel, and all you literally have to do is subscribe and make sure you drop a thumbs up. With that being said, I just wanted to share with you both sides. Can Nvidia and the rest of the market recover? Yes, of course, especially if things are not as bad as originally was expected, and especially if the FOMC rate decision comes in better than what was expected, and big tech companies, as they're reporting earnings, is better than what is expected. If these come out worse than what is expected and they also don't cut interest rates, then of course, markets can sell off further for longer. I like to explain to you the why rather than, yeah, markets have to recover. Yeah, markets have to sell off. Markets don't have to do anything. It is all based off of what is expected and what is reported. Earning report and FOMC rate decision is what we have left to look forward to for this week that will pretty much determine if the markets rally or if the markets crash. So again, I'll make sure that I keep you guys posted. All you literally need to do is subscribe. And if you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, as I do every single day for about 30 minutes to an hour right at market open, it's the second link in the description down below. This live stream will be private and just for the LPP team moving forward. And again, it's a one-time payment, lifetime access. And if you're ready to sign up, second link in the description down below. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.